Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Roxy. Huge thanks to Roxy and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Roxy reached out asking for a deck built around Lathril Blade of the Elves, and I was more than happy to help her out. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Lathril Blade of the Elves is a 4-mana 2/3 legendary elf noble with menace. Whenever she deals combat damage to a player, we create that many 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens. We may also tap her and 10 other elves we control, which will then drain each opponent for 10 life and gain us 10 life. So we want a ton of other elves in our deck. Good thing WotC prints new ones in almost every single set since Alpha. But only being able to drain our opponents for 10 life every turn would take us at least 4 turns to kill the table. So we'll want some backup strategies to win the game, as well as a nice functional commander deck. And for that, we turn to our handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. As I'm sure you've heard by now, this channel is sponsored by Ultimate Guard. For the past few years, Ultimate Guard has been hard at work finding the best ways to protect your cards without damaging the planet, and they have discovered it. Boulders, once made entirely of plastic, are now made of 87% renewable resources. They also come in a variety of sizes, including this new Return to Earth 100 card boulder. If you're like me, you have a ton of decks and don't want those boxes filling up an entire suitcase, then this box is the perfect solution. Find out if your local game store carries the new Return to Earth boulders from Ultimate Guard, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. One more thing before we get started. I've been streaming Final Fantasy XIV over on my other channel, Musings by Danon. If you want to pop in and ask some questions, chat about Commander, or just hang out, you're more than welcome to. For right now, the schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays in the evening. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Cavern of Souls, Path of Ancestry, Verdant Catacombs, Marsh Flats, Misty Rainforest, Overgrown Tomb, Undergrowth Stadium, Deathcap Glade, Woodland Cemetery, Woodland Chasm, Haunted Mire, Tainted Wood, Llanowar Wastes, Darkboar Pathway, Golgari Rot Farm, Bojuka Bog, Myriad Landscape, 5 swamps, and 10 forests make up the land base for our deck. Elvish Archdruid, Marwyn the Nurturer, Canopy Tactician, Elvish Mystic, Llanowar Elves, Fyndhorn Elves, Priest of Titania, Wirewood Channeler, Circle of Dreams Druid, Elves of Deep Shadow, Arbor Elf, Farhaven Elf, Deathrite Shaman, Rampant Growth, 3 Visits, and Nature's Lore help us to ramp and stay ahead of the curve. For the Ancestors, Beast Whisperer, Leaf Crown Visionary, Realm Walker, Harald, King of Skemfar, Skemfar Avenger, Golgari Findbroker, Elvish Harbinger, Vanquisher's Banner, Elvish Visionary, Sylvan Messenger, Fauna Shaman, Kindred Summons, and Demonic Tutor help us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Reclamation Sage, Ruthless Winnower, Nullmage Shepherd, Heroic Intervention, Beast Within, Naturalize, Return to Nature, Hero's Downfall, Assassin's Trophy, Golgari Charm, and Abrupt Decay help to keep our opponents in line. Crippling Fear, Kindred Dominance, and In Garrick's Wake. I know some of those have a rather high mana cost, but remember, we are an elf deck. Mana shouldn't be an issue. Impervious Perfect, Elven Ambush, Elven Promenade, Lys Alana Huntmaster, Shaman of the Pack, Elvish Warmaster, Dwynnen Giltleaf Dane, Izuri Renegade Leader, Wolverine Riders, Skemfar Shadow Sage, Timberwatch Elf, Tyvar the Bellicose, Immaculate Magistrate, Elvish Champion, Glissa Sunslayer, Copperhorn Scout, Allosaurus Shepherd, Elvish Dreadlord, and Haldrim Lorien Lieutenant make up the core of our deck. Supporting our plan is Elderfang Venom and Coat of Arms. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 34 lands and 16 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 14 pieces of card advantage. 11 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Bojuka Bog and Return to Nature, 1 sudden I win card in Coat of Arms. Now, Coat of Arms affects all players, so we don't want to play it unless we're ahead on the board state. But even without Coat of Arms, we still have tons of mana and pieces that let us dump our mana, like Izuri Renegade Leader. I'm waiting to hear back from Roxy after she activates Izuri 3 times in a single turn and runs over the table. Do you have a Lathril Blade of the Elves deck? What about an Elf Ball deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Alex, Daniel, Steve, Kevin, Alex, Cookie, Borgie, Jake, Exiled Rogue, Manassas, Nazwin, Oolong, and Pedro. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.